Let me show you how I made this loaded waakye with chicken stew. First I washed my jasmine rice a couple times until the water was clean, as well as my sorghum leaves, also known as waakye leaves. For this recipe I used 500 grams of black-eyed peas, and I put the leaves on top as well as a little bit of baking powder. And as you see here, in about 10 minutes the color is starting to come off. I covered and let it boil for 40 minutes until the beans were ready. At this stage I checked to see if they're ready, and they were soft to touch but not mushy. That was the time to add them to the washed rice, but I reserved a little bit of water until I was able to see how much water the rice needs. I like to keep the leaves in there as well, as they release more color to the rice. After a lot of trial and error with this recipe, I know this rice doesn't need a lot of water, so I just added 1 more cup, just enough to cover the beans, and then I put the lid on. And while I left my waakye to cook on the side, I started preparing my stew. I fried some red onions because I like the taste. That's an all-purpose stew, so you can add any protein you like. But today we're making a chicken stew. I added some tomato paste, let it fry, and then that's all my blending ingredients: ginger, onion, tomatoes, scotch bonnet, and of course my sankofa spices. Adds so much flavor to all my stews. Now you see my blender is not that big, so I'm doing this in 2 steps. If you have a bigger container, you can do it in 1 go. So I added that all back to my stew, mixed everything together, and in the same blender I added the peeled tomatoes with a few more scotch bonnet. The peeled tomatoes are my favorite for stews because they cook so much faster than chopped tomatoes, so that's what I always use on my recipe. To bring more flavor to my stew, I added a few ground prawns. I let everything cook together for about 30 minutes. I added a few more Maggi cubes, generally stirring and trying to see if my stew is ready. In the meantime, I had fried my chicken, so it was ready to go in. I let the chicken cook on the stew to get more flavor for about 20 minutes more. Now it depends how long you want to cook this chicken for, because if you don't have hard chicken, it might dissolve in the stew, which you don't want, so it's better to use hard chicken for this recipe. And back on my waakye, you see this waakye is almost ready, so it was time for me to add a little bit of coconut oil. I added about 4 tablespoons of coconut oil, as I made a lot of rice, as you see here. Give it a gentle stir without breaking the rice, and cover it for 10 minutes more. And this waakye was ready and smelled so delicious. Now you can see everything I made on that day. It wouldn't be a loaded waakye without some eggs, some pasta, of course my chicken stew, my delicious waakye, and the shito that you can see that I made on the side. Let me know in the comments if you would like my recipe for this. And that was the time to plate, so I added a little bit of waakye, a little bit of stew, some pasta, some shito and egg, and it was so good my husband couldn't wait to taste it. I have to tell you, waakye was the first Ghanaian food I ever tried. It's a recipe I always love making. If you like this recipe, follow me for more.